Sessions. Three, two.
Welcome to M Sessions with Golf. We today have Arthur Dlamini and Ryan Shava. We've been brewing this whole thing for quite a long time, but it's really great to have these gents in studio. I've been so anxious about it, but in an excitement because I've been looking forward to have this conversation. Gentlemen, I do welcome you to the platform. I have had a couple of guests. We're on the fourth episode. And yeah, it's great to have you guys here. Do stay tuned to get an idea and a sense of what they're all about and how you can learn and aspire to really perceive life from their angle. But yeah, let's get into it. Ryan,
How are you, King?
I'm good, my dog.
I'm all good.
Great to have you. I'm
Thank
sure
you.
people have just been seeing you on my platforms like, who's this nigga? Whiling, you know.
That's the nigga.
The
The
nigga. Mr. Arthur,
My king,
how you doing, my king?
I'm good, my brother. How are you?
It's good to have you, my dog.
Thank you, my king.
Very
Thank
good
you
to
for
have you.
having me.
Very good to have you.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna start with beginnings, right? How early stages of your development and how you navigated through your artistic journey. We'll start with you, Ryan.
So I started painting from the age of 9, and I was raised within the arts in the sense that my mother owns an art gallery and she's an artist herself,
Yeah.
and my father's an architect. So it was always something that was very much like accepted in our home to aspire to become a creative or an
Yeah.
artist, which is in contrast to a lot of African homes
Yeah.
in South Africa.
Yeah.
I hear stories from my friends who are now doctors and lawyers who say, like, if I had said that I want to become a like painter or a graphic designer,
And it wasn't an option.
yeah, like I would just kind of be laughed out of the room.
Yeah.
So I was pretty blessed in that regard.
Yeah. Yeah. Love to hear that. And Arthur, give us a main brief of like where you're from,
Yeah.
how that influenced into what you're doing.
Oh, man. I started taking pictures. I've always been taking pictures, actually. Let me not say I started. I was in a rap group with my friends.
Yeah.
And we used to dance and cramp. And every time when we go perform, I'll be the guy with the phone taking pictures of us while performing. And
Yeah.
when my verse comes, I'll go on stage and grab the mic and rap. And my friends were like, yo, dog, like you should, like take photos. But I was like, nah,
take it serious.
I want to be a famous rapper.
I want to be famous.
Want to be part of the culture like
You
that.
And then time went on. We invested like in a small camera. My friend Tando bought like a small Canon red camera, and when we were performing, started traveling with that camera. I was taking pictures, and it grew from that. And then I started going to events in the township
Yeah.
to just like take pictures of
In
people.
township, let's put context to it.
Daviton,
Right.
Evuta,
Right.
East Rand.
Yeah, I see
Yeah,
it.
I'd go to events, I'd go to your Rock the Shades,
Mm.
Sunday Shandis, and just like take pictures of people, ask them to follow me, and then I'll send them the pictures later. And then event organizers started noticing me, and then I started
I
getting
see.
bookings and stuff.
Yeah.
And then I came to Joburg
This was
around
around-
2014, 15. I really loved Maboneng then, but I was still umchita wasekhaya. So when I around the Maboneng, I go to Arts on Main, take pictures at Fox and Crew and the corner, and then send them to people. Now the gents are making so much money in that corner.
Yeah.
It's the most famous place in the world where people take pictures.
taking
Like
pictures.
Maboneng is like number one,
Yeah.
the most photographed place in the world. And we started that. So that's really a big thing.
That's dope.
And in 2016, I moved to Joburg. And then I was interested in fashion. I would go to SA Fashion Week, do the same thing that I was doing before I started getting booked. Just shoot models and influencers outside, send them the pictures, and I started getting booked by like designers and stuff. Even SA Fashion Week booked me at the time,
Yeah.
2016, 17. And in 2019, I got a gig with GQ. So now I was doing like editorial stuff, lifestyle events and awards and all that stuff. And then lockdown happened. So I'm trying to summarize everything to where we are now.
To where we are now, yeah.
And then lockdown happened, and then no gigs, no influencers, no staging stuff. Because,
Yeah.
we had
Yeah.
we
Pretty
had
tough
to
way to
stage
walk around.
everything, And then like when lockdown happened, nothing was going on. No one was trying to take pictures posing somewhere.
There was
wearing
nothing to
stuff
do.
that they're
Everyone was
gonna
locked
take
in their
back
homes.
after. And that was tough, man. But
Yeah.
a friend and I went to a road trip. Just like, bro, let's go. Let's just go across the country. We'll see where we go. We got some documents, and we traveled. There's a small town in the Eastern Cape called New Bethesda. And there's a man I met there, Velis, Umadala Lolap's studio, with the smile.
Velis.
And homie changed my life. We're buying a few stuff, and I was so happy and so grateful, And I was like,
For
man,
that.
can I take a photo of you? And I didn't have my camera at the time. I was like, yeah. I went to our place, got the camera, came back, was still on the same frequency. Like I could feel that, like, there's this energy that the sky is.
It's already, yeah.
Snapped that portrait, came back to Joburg. That portrait stayed with me. I was like, this is what I want to do. This is how I want to capture people, And I did a series, black and white portraits, going around asking everyone, what are you grateful for life, bro? And I'll take images in those moments and tell people, don't answer me, just reflect on that and look at the camera like you're looking into the mirror. That's where the soul is in the images. That's where the emotions
Yeah, that's how you
are
capture it.
in the images. Yeah, like I talk to people, I make them feel things that are real, and that shows in pictures. It's how you look at an image and you could feel that, like, there's something in this image, but I don't know what it is. It's that. And then I had friends who were in the jazz space on Dabo Zulu, and would invite me like backstage or, and I started going with my camera, introduced me to like some of the coolest
Greatest
musicians. Yeah. And not just in South Africa, like some of the coolest musicians in the dope.
International,
And I started shooting jazz, man, and like stepping into that world, like somehow opened me up. It expanded my consciousness. It revealed who I am. It made me find something
part of
that
yourself.
something that, like, when I do, like, I feel like that,
fulfilled.
like the purity in my work and the emotions and everything. That's who I am, and then I've always been documenting artists. 2017, I was documenting Ayanda Mabulu. 2019, 2018, 19, 20, it was James Delaney. 2021 to 2022, it was Thokozani Mtiane. And at the time, Ryan and I were staying in the same building. I knew he was an artist.
It was an important
It was
thing
a
to
young kid, full of energy and stuff. And it was like, yo, man, let's work. Let's do something. I was like, yeah, no, we'll do it. And at the time, I was so focused in doing Tiana's project because I was like, I'm gonna document this guy every day for the next 3 years, and later on in life, we'll have like a coffee table book of his process and stuff. So our collaboration with Ryan was supposed to start like 6 years ago, but that couldn't happen.
Why? Because of that, only with Mtiano? Exactly.
Well, besides focusing on Mtiana, I also had like my other things that I was doing and stuff. And I work with energy,
Yeah.
And at the time, Ryan was too up there for me, like,
knowing Ryan being
and
the
I
rock
was
star,
like, you know what, I love this kid, but not now. And I was like honest with him. I'm like, yo, this is gonna happen, but not now, And then came 2024. Now I have a studio because I was working at James Delaney's studio. I didn't have my own studio, and Ryan was moving studios, had a studio, living mode, had a studio. Where else was I coming when I was coming to the studio? But like
You're everywhere. Yeah.
you were moving a lot. So I was also like, I wanna be
Somewhere what's gonna
centered.
be
I wanna be
consistent.
centered
Yeah,
when
yeah,
I'm in a place, you know.
yeah.
And then last year when I got the studio, in August, but
Mm.
I could only open in October, you know. So the first 3 months it was just like building the studio,
Yeah,
making sure everything is,
it's
you know,
proper.
setting the intention. And then we opened the studio in October.
And
Then launched,
congratulations
and
to Studio turning 1 year, man.
thank you,
It's a
King.
great space.
Thank you,
The
brother.
energy, the frequency, you feel it when you're there, man. You just need to be
You
there to
have to
feel it.
experience it,
Yeah,
you know. Like I can't put it in words,
yeah,
but like when you're there, you get
yeah.
it, you know. And then last year, yeah, after a month of opening in November, I was like, "Yo, Ryan, we can start now on that series." You know,
Hmm.
we have a studio. I have a studio now. He came through. We did a piece,
Yeah.
Fundisanani Band, which was the first one, which is like still one of my
And that's
favorites.
the one I covered last week when we were in
Mm,
studio, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's like one of my
It's so
favorites.
different also in how it's created. Like I
Mm.
shared this with him. Like I see all the other ones that you guys worked on, but that one, there's something about it
Oh man,
that conceptualizes
that day,
also the
man,
beginning of
we
everything.
prayed a sage Ryan.
Mm.
I had like Palo Santo, white sage,
Yeah.
everything. I saged him. He came in, I saged the space. Like there's videos of it. You see,
Mm.
like it was so intentional that this has to be a series that would like, oh man, like
Blow people's
change
minds.
the world. Yeah,
And I
yeah.
think that's what it has done. What was your mind at when you conceptualized the
Um,
whole thing?
so when I was speaking to Arthur in the very beginning, I actually didn't want it to be a collaboration.
Mm.
I had an idea. I was willing to actually like purchase the photographs so that I own the photograph
Right.
that I'm painting on. And the initial, like the from conceptualization, I took a lot of heavy inspiration from expressionism, African expressionism, American expressionism, and Cubism, which is my style speciality, right?
Yeah.
And then I started like looking at ideas of pop art, ideas that surrounded that entire expressionism,
Mm.
like kind of movement. And I realized that Andy Warhol had high production, but it was very much print based.
Yeah.
You know, like he would screen print these
Screen print.
massive
Yeah. Yeah.
portraits of like Marilyn Monroe, Elvis Presley, and I thought about doing that. I thought, oh no, I have a lot of very influential people that I like too, like Muhammad Ali,
Mm.
and I was on a phone call with my mom, and my mom was like, "But have you ever met Muhammad Ali? Like, yeah, you like him, but you know,
What's gonna make it real?
it has no personal reverence to you or your life or
Mm.
your growth."
Mm.
So the natural way of progression was to find somebody that's so rich in culture that can kind of borrow me.
Yeah.
That like he was saying, it's a connection thing,
Yeah.
right? And it's great to be great painter. Trust me, it's cool as hell. Like it's definitely my dream. But when I look at piece of art or photograph, I can tell which like mind state the
Mm.
artist was in.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you can look at the Marilyn Monroe
Yeah.
of Andy Warhol's. I don't know if you can if other people feel what I feel, but I can feel that he didn't know Marilyn. You know, just by looking at it.
Mm.
It's the colors look like bubble gum. You know,
Mm.
No
Was
substance.
was more
yeah,
about his expression onto that as opposed to
yeah,
what
and
Marilyn would feel.
you know, the first time I actually like made the collection, um, 2 years ago, I got the photographs. I painted the whole thing in a week. It was 1 week, and then I opened show.
Mm.
And I invited Arthur, and like at that point, you know, it was already like, we're definitely doing this.
Yeah.
This is real. Like, it's big. It's dope. It's refreshing.
And something that's not done here. I haven't seen it
Yeah.
here. You know?
And this
Yeah.
is also you like contextually coming from street art.
Yeah, as well, because I was really wild, like,
Yeah.
and
Still
you know
are.
when you
Still
so
was.
when you like no. I mean, now you won't find me like you won't really find
Like
me.
back then, yeah, that
You know,
gets you.
like
yeah.
painting at 3 a.m. You know, like you won't find me at Jeppe Police Station
Getting
no
arrested
more.
for painting on the street.
You
painting
know, and
walls.
like
Graffiti.
and that was my
Oh, that
dream.
was you.
That was my dream. That was
But
my
I'm sure
dream.
the
Like I
adrenaline and
used
the
to
thrill you
actually
got from
think
that.
like you're not a real street artist if you haven't been locked up. You know, that was the attitude. You know, but I had so much help. I had so many people that I could call like, hey dude, I'm locked up again. And the culture of the city, I remember being so in love with all of the lights, all of the people. And I outgrew that part, that like very sentimental love of Joburg, you know, after, you know, you lose one too many phones. So then you make more money now.
I feel like you have so
now
much stories of
You
that.
gotta
I mean, he's
move to
lost
Hyde
12 just
Park.
this year alone, you know?
You gotta move to Santa, like, you know, you can't really live the city life anymore, you know.
Yeah.
And I was just really glad to have had mentors around me in the city that allowed me to realize myself, you know, because I was always painting. It was my favorite thing to do, you know. But painting without guidance, you gotta have a direction. You
Yeah.
gotta be going somewhere with it. And a lot of like academic painters don't realize that like direction comes with the gravity of sentimental understanding. And gravity pulls you down.
Yeah.
You know, like you'll make like 300,000 rand, and gravity will pull you down.
pull you
You'll
down.
lose your phone, now you can't access it. You know, like gravity will bring you right back down. I have beef with F&B. I have beef with F&B. I'll be like selling out shows in the United States and like
Yeah.
really young, like in my early 20s. While I'm still in my
So
early
that's how
20s.
far you started the process of selling your art
Yeah.
in the United States.
Yeah, I've done 27 shows today.
Jeez.
Yeah. So
Your first show was around?
the first show was they're all in quick succession.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like 2020 I've already had my first show.
First show.
With a gallery called One Time Run in Detroit. And I sold that out in like 5 minutes.
Jeez.
You know, so now I'm this kid with like zero direction.
Yeah.
But a lot of money. Like, you know,
Yeah.
I can afford to go to jail. They'll let me keep my phone. You know, they'll let me.
guess you won't be lost.
I'll be taking selfies. I be like, you know, that kind of thing. But I just remember how many things that I didn't know at the time. Like my understanding of art versus my understanding of the finances of art are two completely different things. Like
yeah.
I've got this absurd sense of value. Like I don't value anything because I've never had to value anything.
Yeah.
You know, you know, like and I'm really sad about that. I notice those kinds of things in myself. Like, you know, when my friend loses their phone, they're freaking out. You know,
Yeah,
the whole earth has to stop. When I lose a phone, I go to sleep.
No, you
I'll
forget.
get
He
another-
even forgets. You know?
Like,
There's
I-
a time
That
he
he
called
lost
me
the
after
phone.
3 days. He left his phone at the studio, brand new. You know,
Brand new.
and it was quiet. I even
Yeah.
forgot that he left his thing at the studio because he put it on top there.
Yeah.
Calls me, was like, "Yo, Arthur, I lost my phone." I'm like, "I saw an iPhone box there by my books.
Yeah.
Your phone is
I
here, bro."
just bought that phone.
You literally just left it
I
there.
left it at the studio for about 3 days before I realized, oh shit, I might need a phone. Like, you know,
Jeez, man.
and that comes back to that, like, that sense of gravity that brings you down so that you can find your direction. You know, and part of
are
what
you finding
makes
direction, my boy?
pardon?
Are you finding direction?
while I found my way here. So
That's a very important question actually to
you
note
know,
down, because actually, and also you
um,
moving and all of that.
I once wrote this poem. I used to write like every day. I don't do it so much anymore. But the premise of the poem goes as follows: only a broken man will ever break things,
Mm.
and only a lost man will ever lose things. So, like, I must be a loser because I can't find my keys. I like right now, as we speak, I'm actually feeling my pockets and they're not in here. And I should be concerned, but I left the door open. So, so maybe they're just there at home.
Maybe.
You
Big
know,
maybe.
yeah.
But yeah, talk about the intention of you finding your gravity and how that centers into you making decisions like relocating.
So and like I spoke to my girlfriend and I told her that I'm gonna talk about this.
Yeah.
People don't speak about black love enough. Black love is always connected to tragedy,
Mm.
the hardship of black love.
Mm.
It's the most common stories
Yeah.
of love. Is how tragic the black household is. And I've been in a relationship with my girlfriend where we've been focused on building a life that we want together.
Yeah.
And one of her dreams was to
To live in Paris.
relocate to France and start her life as a different kind of creative.
Mm.
She studied architecture. And I was like, my dream is the same as your dream.
Mm.
Like I I want to show in those museums
Yeah.
the same way that they show in African museums.
Yeah.
You know, and it's something that's really, really important to me, black representation in art history. Not just painting, understanding art, the academic side of it. I'm really, really curious about it. And I spent a lot of time conceptualizing new series and artworks. And a lot of it is about experimentation.
Mm.
Where the black love comes in is that that's been my grounding force. That's what's been pulling me down.
Yeah.
You know,
That's your
it's
gravity.
a matter of yeah, I really wanna drink till 6 a.m. like, but I can't because that's not the dream that I promised
Yeah.
to my woman, who when I get home is gonna be waiting for me to be like,
So
yo,
that's what
uh,
definitely centered you to say,
yeah,
this is what I perceive
yeah,
my development will be like in
yeah.
life.
You know, it's almost like it's not an easy move, you
Yeah, yeah,
know.
yeah. Can you imagine?
Um, and there's just some things you just can't do anymore, you know, like, and I've never, I've never been so grateful of my life than when I've been like centered, like right now.
Mm.
You know, I'm noticing everything. I'm extremely sensitive,
Mm.
and everything like could just like either make me like super angry or I'll just start crying right now. You know,
One thing me
and
and Kat were talking about was
yeah.
like, Ryan, and this thing of showing up and you're fighting with the girl is like, it's my woman. I'm like Ryan has to stop with that. But actually, I never peaked at stopping right now
Yeah.
because of the relationship that you're currently in. But I
Yeah.
love it for you, dog, because I've
Thank you.
literally seen in how your everyday process that's literally roped in and that centers
Yeah.
you.
It's
I
good to
love
find a
that.
good woman, man.
It
Yeah,
is. It
Mm.
wouldn't be here
is.
if it wasn't for mine. So it's very important.
Jeez,
The
man.
black woman, guys.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the center of you creating the sentiment in you moving,
Yeah.
finding yourself as an artist again, because you want to establish yourself in a different demographic as well.
Yeah.
You're
And
speaking to different people.
I don't think artistically my mind, my journey is individualistic.
Mm.
Like, I'm not going to France alone.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
We're going, and the ideas, the teachings, the collaboration is going to France. There's gonna be an
I hear
80
you.
studio in France,
I hear you.
you know, and
Love to hear
if
that.
like when I'm saying this, I mean to advise artists to stop thinking individualistically. This collaboration could only happen because we work together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
there's this sentiment around artists not wanting to work with each other because they think the check gets cut in half.
Yeah.
Jeez.
You know,
Yeah.
like
Which
now
is so
I don't want to
sad,
do
eh?
it with
Is
you.
that the reality of it, though?
And
Yeah.
it's totally not true. But even if it were,
Mm.
half a check that you have is better than no check that you never had.
Right?
Yep.
You know, and I really do want to advise.
It's like
especially-
music, bro. You know,
Yeah,
painting should be like music, bro.
Yeah.
You know,
Mm.
like we should be able to work on like one
Feature
piece
just as
together.
easy
Yeah,
as-
yeah, you know. So that's another thing where like with this collaboration that the aim is bigger than just us collaboration, but
Yeah.
like to break
Yeah.
some barriers
Certain,
and change a
yeah.
narrative in like the art space, you know.
And I like that the whole idea is going global
yeah,
conceptually,
yeah.
you know?
Because like we learned about everybody else, but we got stuff to teach too.
True.
Like Arthur connects the artwork so closely to spirituality and his growth as a man that I've never learned more from my art lecturers in college than I have while working with Arthur.
Yeah.
He's got such a different approach to creating work than I do.
Mm.
And to be completely honest, it's not nothing.
Yeah.
Like, you know, when he's saying, oh no, he saged me before the painting. Like you have to be there. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
there's a magic to it that you can't really explain. And it's more about the soul, you know, than which colors are complementary, which ones aren't. It's more about where are you right now? Because when you're painting, you have to be right there.
Yeah.
It's
Present.
the loneliest profession in the world.
Mm.
You
And
wake
very
up,
intentional.
and you take a walk, you wait for paint to dry, come back to studio, and then you start thinking. You know, that's why artists tend to be so philosophical. We just have so much time
think
during the
about-
day to just sit around and be like, how do I feel right now? Like,
Yeah.
you know, and when you're doing it, you gotta control your breath. You got it. It's very calming. It's meditative.
Mm.
It's like you gotta teach yourself to be with yourself.
Yeah.
Presence.
Yeah, and
You have to be present.
you have to be right there.
Yeah.
You have to do it. Painting don't paint themselves. But one thing that I've learned, and I'm becoming a lot more like I wouldn't even free spirited. I was about to say hippie. I don't even know if that's like derogatory or not.
I don't think it is.
21st century, like man, the hippies might just
you should.
the hippies might just pull up on you.
I don't think it is, though.
But I feel a lot more, you know.
I'm poiling, John.
I really do credit that to this collaboration. Just the way that my creative process it feels more wholesome than a couple years ago. I don't paint nearly as many paintings as I used to paint before. You know, it's
Yeah.
a lot more intentional now.
There's
Again,
messages behind and there's-
yeah, you know,
Yeah.
it's that gravity that brings you down.
The gravity that
That's
brings you
why I
down.
prefer to paint on the floor.
Yeah,
I
I
want to
see.
be as close to the ground as possible.
Let's go.
I've
Grounded.
yeah, man.
Yeah.
I bought like some really nice, really expensive easels, and when I started painting, I realized because when I couldn't afford easel,
Mm.
I would paint on the floor. I don't know how to paint upright.
Yeah.
You know, which is very, very interesting because most people don't know how to paint horizontally on the ground. You know,
Damn,
Oh
never
yeah,
thought
so it
of
was from
that.
actually. Now I'm actually conceptualizing it
that.
as well.
Because I mean, I've always been doing it underground. I started painting with body prints, so like paint bodies,
Yeah.
and then have a canvas on the floor, paper,
And
and
then-
then print the body. You know, so everything has been happening on the floor.
On the ground.
Yeah.
So you've always been grounded.
Yeah.
But this is gonna be a very interesting installation. We are gonna have a second part. But yeah, um, we are also going to expand as well in getting to understand your journey, Ryan, and how far you're trying to pull your artistic lens and what that's gonna come out as. Because I think that's gonna be the most interesting part for people to follow. And through, I think with creating this, I want us to conceptualize that experience and find a way
Yeah.
to make it. I don't know how we're gonna do it,
Yeah.
but we have social media
Yeah.
and we're gonna try to do the most out of it. And then I'm also gonna have a second installation with Arthur where you're gonna have a sit down. This man is expecting, hence you had the phone ringing in between. We're gonna cover everything, man. It's the second time I'm having a fatherhood story, but hey, these guys are just on a roll. But yeah, our time is almost up for this session. But anyway, guys, thank you very much for joining me at this time.
Thank you, Ken.
Thank you,
I
Ken.
appreciate your presence. With the months that I've spent with you guys, it's always been reflective. And one thing I can say, there's always a lot to aspire toward when you are centered around people that are building missions greater than themselves. And that is not something that is spoken, it's a feeling. And from our first encounter, literally we met at this all at the same time. From our first encounter, that is the same thing that I found. And for me, that's a part of home because my great inception of creating even a platform like this is building something that is bigger than myself. Not only through storytelling, but also we want to have um, tech tools. You want to have creative tools that are going to assist and shape out what people navigate through their artistic and creative lives. Because Africa, South Africa in this context, has so much to give globally. And I love that a lot more of that is happening. In the fashion industry, it's happening, artistic industry, it's happening. We need to be on that message, you know? Be on the tip of spreading the global message.
And that's who we are as Africans, man.
Right.
We are artistic people.
We are the original influences.
We are, bro. Like everything we do as black people, like we bring in influence and culture. You
Yeah,
know, like
yeah.
anything that we do it at the highest level. You know, so we build culture.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, how many minutes we got? Let's try.